Hey, coming to you from High River, Blue Diamond Connections.
Yes, very exciting.
I'm here with Tess. My name's Catherine, and we're here to do a vodcast, I guess, to let you know what's going on.
Yes. So we are Blue Diamond Connections. We are fairly new, like almost a year now. And we decided to start this group to bring together everybody really and promote them to be their best version of themselves.
Yeah, we're connecting people, practitioners, community. And so I've worked on my own for quite a long time, but this idea has come about because it's time. Community is calling and people are looking to collaborate more. And we just wanted to provide like a platform or, a place that people can come to connect, and so that we can inspire, connect, and motivate and support each other on this journey. And I feel like personally, as a practitioner, that it's kind of been overdue, but it's also divine timing. So I think with everything going on in the world, people are really looking to connect more now than ever.
Yes, I really agree with all of that, actually. And I'm excited about how we can do that as this group. I see us doing things like this, the podcast, doing different workshops, different ceremonies, and just really trying to share our knowledge, but also bring in the other people's knowledge that are coming to us so that we can amplify that out to everybody. So.
Okay, yeah. And I think what we've done so far in terms of events is we've hosted monthly featured speakers at Tribal Connections and Okotoks, and those have been fun. And we also did an event at Realize Your Magic, which is in Alderside, and that was our first full day workshop healing event. And do you want to elaborate on that, Tess?
Yeah, sure. That was a fun day, actually. It was my first time ever. Hit the mic. My first time doing any sort of workshop like that. I'm fairly new to my being a practitioner, but we had three of us, Catherine, myself, and we had Alex Dunn, who's a reflexologist with us. We each kind of went through some teachings with everybody on our individual modalities, I guess you could call them. So I did some tuning forks, you did energy work, and Alex did some reflexology. And then we did a massive group healing session with everyone. And the cool thing about Realize Your Magic is you're in this room, the light room, and it's a 0 point energy. So as soon as you walk in there, you feel grounded. And it really is a space that promotes your healing. And we worked on 7 or 8 people, I believe it was, which was a lot, but it was a lot of fun. And we all kind of worked around in a circle, each doing our own thing, and came in and finished out the day. And it was a exhilarating experience. I could say I was on cloud 9 by the end of it for sure. So
yeah, what I love to see was how people transform. So they come in with all their stuff going on, and when they leave, you can tell that they've totally transformed and feel so much better and elevated by the end of the day. So that's inspiring and rewarding.
Yes.
What else? The other thing, well, it's scalar wave technology. So if anybody doesn't know about that, essentially what it means is it tunes out all the EMFs, all the noise, all the distractions. And, I think we even had one participant fall asleep at the event. So it helps to really relieve your stress. And, it's just a feel-good event that we did. And the people I've noticed that weren't able to attend want us to host another one because they, feel like they missed out also. Yeah. So that's kind of fun.
Well, they did. I mean, they didn't miss out. It was all divine timing. The people that need to be there were, but I'm really looking forward to getting back in there and doing that again. It was a lot of fun. you learn a lot about yourself in that process as well, which was interesting. And I think I called it the womb room when we were in there because it was all women and mothers. And we ended up kind of theming almost a little bit with that event. Like everything seemed to be around.
It was the womb room.
Yeah, the womb room and mothers and guilt and shame and letting that go. And even when I worked on the tuning forks, it was everyone's sacral chakra that I ended up having to work on. And I was sore the day after a little bit, even from it. It was a lot, but it was a fun and an amazing experience for sure. I don't know how you felt during it, but
I felt very comfortable in the womb room, and I think at one point I had deja vu, and I felt like we had done that before. Also, Dawn, who that is her space, is Realize Your Magic. She created that space. She also sent everyone home with magnesium bath salts and to detox at the end of the day. So that was really nice.
Yeah.
That was a nice addition.
I enjoyed that bath.
Yeah. Okay. So a bit of backstory. Do you want to talk about a bit about your backstory that's brought you to this place?
Sure. I guess I started my energy journey, my healing journey. You could really say it happened when COVID started, as when I started to kind of wake up to some things, but it was really when I was pregnant with my second child. And I've had some family events happen that just kind of put me in a tailspin. If you want to call it a dark night of the soul, you could call it that, which led me to finding meditations. And then I enrolled in an energy healing course. And my mother-in-law introduced me to you, and I started coming to you as a client, and just been slowly picking away and working on it and working on myself. And you had this idea with my mother-in-law at the time, and I just kind of have been rolling with it. So that's where my journey came from on this, or how I've gotten to this point so far.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So I've been doing energy healing probably for over 30 years now, but I do like spiritual teaching as well. And I call myself an energy alchemist because really it's the whole gist of what I do is about clearing, call it lower frequency energies, and just helping people activate and hold more of the higher frequency energy that we're moving into. So my motivation is to help empower people, help them become empowered to live their highest potential. And I really feel, again, with divine timing, that time is now, with the systems collapsing, I'll say, in our outer world, but it's all meant to be. And for people to really, either wake up to their true authentic self, which includes mind, body, spirit. I just really feel this is the next expansive part of our journey. Anyway, yeah, so that's what brought us here, and we just felt it was time to collaborate and expand. And there are other groups doing, coming together and things like that, but it's really, I feel, coming together with like-minded people and adding our own uniqueness. So that's kind of what's gaining momentum, I feel, because, we've got an email list now, and it's growing, and people are, learning about us and what we do. And it's really about you and how we all come together and play a part in all of this. So it's bigger than all of us, is what I like to say.
Yes, I feel if we want to distinguish ourselves a little bit, I feel like we're really trying to find the new way of doing things, of working with people, of working in this new 5D dimensional energy that's coming in. Because we know these old systems and these old ways of working are starting to just not work as well. And I don't think it's going to get better. So we need to trailblaze to find the new way to have business relationships, the new way to have just even relationships with everyone in general, because of this massive shift we're going through right now.
I think it is about relationships, because typically, even in business, things need to be done differently and more, I feel, more heart-centered.
Yes.
The focus needs to be on the people, uh, more than profit. And so, which also led us to this venture. But I agree with you, Tess. I think a lot of it is about relationships, and people are really looking to connect and come from the heart space as well as the head space, and to find that balance, harmony, and alignment. And I work on a soul level too. So that's where I feel, we're moving from, into the kingdom of souls, really. And for people that are waking up, let's say, to their true divinity, and to explore that.
Yes. And like, I guess relationship wise, like you're working on all these other relationships we discussed about, but the big important one is that relationship with yourself, because if you can't show up as your true authentic self, nothing you create is going to be that true authentic creation that you're looking for. So
Right.
I'm really excited about helping people find that in myself, because you helped me find that in myself, which I'm grateful for. And I love that I can have discussions with people and help them realize their true authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and realize their magic.
yes.
Just like realize their
Just
magic.
like
Yeah. So a lot of people, I find, need support. I'll say a lot of it is, I spend a lot of time grounding people and helping them connect to source, spirit, whatever it is. This is non-denominational. So people show up as they are. And, with the law of one, the oneness, the unity consciousness, all of that, where I feel that we're moving into that now. And it's exciting because, people are ready, and we can actually live our dream lives and on purpose, and, have the happily ever after that, perhaps past generations haven't been able to, do because of trauma or whatever the issue is. So yeah, I find this is the first time in our evolution that we can consciously do this. So that's also why it's an exciting time to be here, and why I believe there's so many people on this planet at this time, because we all signed up for this, and we are all, playing a part in it, and it can be fun, and we can live in peace, love, joy, harmony, balance, alignment, abundance, all of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, if we chose to be here, why not make it a good ride, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's so we've kind of discussed why we are here. Let's go back to Blue Diamond and where we see us going with that. I guess we've done a few of our events. We have more coming up, and we are going to be very busy, but it's all good busyness. It's getting out there. It's talking to everybody. I see with Blue Diamond us focusing mostly on events and bringing people together, especially at this point, putting on presentations, finding other practitioners to come and put on presentations for people to share the knowledge, and expanding this podcast as well, and seeing where we can go with that and who we can interview and the discussions and topics that we can cover. There's lots of fun. There's always fun conversation topics that we can talk about when it comes to energy and healing, and even just life in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be inviting other people on too, right? To, interview or just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you posed a question.
I did.
About what would your dream event be for us to put on.
Okay.
And so for me, my dream event would be like a 3-day retreat or longer in a tropical climate.
Ooh, yes.
Outside in the sun, sand, water, having activities and amazing food. And one of the reasons for that is I like to work with the elements. And I find when we get into nature and, really indulge, I'll say, whether it be, being in the water, like things like that, planned things, intentional, using our intention, that really causes a lot of transformation too for people. And sometimes it just helps to be in a different environment and, to just lighten up and have fun. So
and disconnected from everything else.
Yeah,
You're there for a purpose.
My ideal event. What about you?
So kind of similar. I can't say I envisioned the beach because I'm more of a mountains kind of person, but similar sort of thing where we'd be away for a few days. And really, when you think about it, the location is irrelevant so long you're outside in nature. And I envision several different practitioners coming with us, and then other people just joining and us putting on several days of presentations and same sort of thing, little activities and being present and learning and just really grounding and getting back to that center space, I guess. Yes, and the food. I like that you included food. I will be there if there's good food. There was another question that I asked, and it's on my phone.
What do you find most rewarding about this work?
Ooh. Yeah. So I'm fairly new. I have not taken on a lot of clients or anything yet, but what I've found the most rewarding so far is when people come out of that session and something has changed and they feel so much better in whatever way they feel. And I love that I can help someone do that. And it's, it really makes you feel like you're doing work that is meaningful and impactful on people. And if we can leave an impression on anyone, it's, and it's lasting and it changes the way they go throughout life and go throughout the world, then I know that I've done a good job. So
yeah, no, I agree. And part of what I like to see is, I know I'm here to help raise the consciousness. And when people's consciousness shifts in a session, like, it's not just about transformation, but it literally is life-changing. When you remove the traumas or when you whatever their issue is that they're struggling with, it's like, and I've explained it in the past, and I don't like to use the word negative energy and positive just because energy is energy. It's just frequency to me. So, there's no judgment in the negative, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people will judge anger as negative, for example, but it can be a very motivating force, same as fear. So what I mean by that is, and I'll say to people, sometimes when you come in, it's like the negativity and the positivity, like the negativity's here and the positivity's here, only meaning to remove the illusions, right? So then you shift it like this, and that can literally happen in a session. So say, for example, and I've done this, even working with people that, let's say if it's a physical issue or an emotional issue, whatever it is, it's hardest to see our own stuff. So sometimes we need support to help, with those blind spots, I'll say. And so that's why we work with other people. So when that shift happens, and, usually, well, for me, I know people will give me feedback or confirmation. And that's nothing that, any practitioner can prepare for. And that's what I love about it, is it's not scripted. It's not, you just show up and, and the magic happens, or, whatever is going to happen for their highest good. And that to me is, super rewarding to see, even you, for example, Tess, see where people have come, from,
Yeah, I think back on when I first started seeing you, and I'm pretty sure I was in some sort of chronic pain of some sort from my pregnancy. And here I am now, painless. No pain.
Yeah.
But a lot of that had nothing to do with, I do exercise and all that, but it was really letting go of that trauma that you store in your shoulders.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is your life force energy. So the reason it's so important, in my opinion, again, to be grounded and to be connected is those are that's where we get our energy from. So if we're disconnected, right, at our head and our feet, it's really hard to heal because we're cutting off our life force. And so when that comes back, and people can usually feel it or see, sense, whatever it is for them. But even even in that session that we did at Realize Your Magic, one of the participants would say to me, I feel like, I'm energized. I have all this energy, and that's what I'm saying. When your life force comes back, then that's what we use to heal. So
yeah,
that's pretty rewarding to see that too, when people, feel like they're coming back to life, and
yeah.
quite literally that is happening on an energetic level. So yeah, that's pretty cool too.
So I work mostly with tuning forks right now, and I will clear a field. And what I find very cool when I'm doing that is when you're clearing a field with the forks and you're kind of coming into the field with it, you'll find a spot of resistance in the field, and I can hear it or feel it through the fork. But it's amazing the release that will happen when someone's laying on the table and I hit a spot of resistance, and the person on the table will notice. And sometimes I can kind of guide them, and I'll be like, ooh, this all of a sudden sounds scared. It sounds like fear. And they will know exactly what it is, and they will name it, and they'll be able to just let it go. And the fork will come into resonance right away, and I'm able to just move on. And I think when I'm working with someone like that, I really love, not that I want to find bad resistances in people's fields, but when I do, and when they have the realization of an event or something that they know, they can name it. It's that awakening to what that event in their life that caused this disturbance in their field, and that realization that they get.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, I did not realize that this affected me in these ways.
Getting
and
to the root of it.
Yeah, the root of it. Thank you. And it that's really rewarding too, is letting them know that sometimes it's not them. It's something like it's not that they can control it. Sometimes it's either past life or it's trauma that was happened at an early age and they had no control over, and allowing them to let go that it's on them. Very rewarding as well, because we carry around too much stuff that we have no control over. So
that isn't always ours.
Yeah.
A question for you.
Okay.
How, in your perception, how do you feel Blue Diamond Connections has evolved since we started?
Oh boy. Well, our first meeting, I believe we were talking more about helping healers and practitioners expand their businesses, which we still are in a sense doing, but I feel like it's kind of taken more of a platform route than just promoting people that don't know how to run a business, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Because a lot of them have been doing that.
Yeah, they have been. So while we're here to still promote you, and we do that when you book an event through us, and we put you out on social media, you get featured on the website, and all that's great and everything. But I feel we're kind of bringing together a bit of a core group too that will be putting on a lot of our own events as well. And that's the biggest shift I've seen from like our very first meeting where we all sat around with a few people there. It's definitely changed from that.
And where do you see us going?
Big. I see, well, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
But I've had visions of us with multiple people up on stages. I've had visions of us all sitting in big circles with lots of people. I've had visions of this podcast getting like thousands and thousands of views. We're putting that out there. And I really think the sky's the limit. I think eventually, if we're global, that would be amazing. but I do want to still obviously offer to our community as well. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
what about you? Where do you see it going?
Well, I have a big vision also, and I see it going global in the sense of we have our online space, our website, which is our real estate. There's a lot of things that we can do on there that I don't think we've even started yet. We're at the very, very beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about having a store. I'm excited about eventually having our own like
Space?
building, possibly, just things like that. But what I like about community and even live streaming events and stuff like that is that it can reach so many more people worldwide. And it's I think people are looking for conversations like this. I think people
Yeah.
are looking for groups like this. And I think if we're passionate about it, that only is going to just gain momentum. And whoever feels called to join or contribute or whatever, I feel really excited about that what we're becoming, I'll say,
Yeah.
even if we don't know what it looks like yet.
And it's changed. The last 8 months we've been doing this or so, since September, or really we didn't kind of get going until about December, January. But when we started in September, October of last year, I really didn't know what to expect or where we were going. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like, yeah,
we're
sure.
Growing.
I'm here and I'm taking the meeting minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we're booking events and looking for spaces and looking for people and wanting to share as much as possible. So it's, I think the possibilities are limitless, which I love too, because we can create whatever we want.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's kind of like playing. One thing I will say is I feel so much more connected to like this inner child of, since I've started working with this group, because it's forced me to do things where in my adult mind, I'm like, oh, that's silly. You don't need to do that. Like that's something your kids are doing or whatever it is. But I truly feel when I'm working with a lot of this stuff right now that I'm back in the forest with the fairies walking around.
I'm all about the play.
Oh yeah. Like I'm loving it. Like creating this own little universe around me where all that crap that's happening out there in the world just doesn't permeate my little bubble of, well, it's not even that little. I'm making that bubble bigger, and we're
well, and I think it's not to focus on the problems,
right.
Of the world and things like that. And this is really a creative space where you focus on what you want to create, and we're creating our own realities, our new reality, and supporting others that are doing the same. So to me, that's just going to snowball, and it already is starting. So that's really exciting, I find.
Yes. Thank you all for joining in. This is just our first little podcast. Oh, we made it just under half an hour, so that's not too bad. In the future, I see us bringing some different topics and themes forward that we can discuss. And we look forward to bringing you guys more content in the future.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.